guys, I am Danielle and this is Bookchara, and as you may have guessed from the thumbnail to this video, I have an incredibly exciting announcement. In the month of January, month long in January, Paige at Pages with Paige, Naomi at Naomi's Bookshelf, and I will be hosting a clue-based readathon inspired by our TBR games. As I mentioned, it will be month-long in January, and the cool thing about this readathon is that you get to read whatever you want. Even though we are trying to solve a murder here, you do not have to read necessarily mystery books for this readathon. And just in case I miss anything in this announcement, I do want to let you know that there is a Google document down in the description of this video that will have everything in it that I've gone over today and maybe more. So in order to complete this readathon, you will need to fulfill 3 prompts each, so 9 prompts total, for the suspect, weapon, and room cards. You can double and triple up on these prompts for one book. However, if you do double or triple up, you just need to make sure that each of those prompts is from one of the 3 different categories: suspect, room, or weapon. You don't want to have 2 weapon prompts for one book, if that makes sense. So what's awesome is that there are no set prompts for this readathon. You will use the suspect, room, and weapon cards to inspire your prompts, but you basically get to make these work for you. If you do need some more inspiration, we do also have a link in the Google Doc for like a Cluedo fandom on Wiki that will maybe tell you some more about the characters if you need ideas. Also, I know Naomi's announcement video has some great ideas in it. You'll want to check out both her and Paige's announcement videos. And I am thinking of making a separate video to kind of give you some prompt ideas, maybe give you some coordinating books to go along with those prompts, just in case you need any help. I don't think you will. Like I mentioned, this is just freestyle and it's meant to be simple. So for each of the prompts that you complete, say I complete the knife prompt, we have a coordinating video that will go along with that prompt. And in that video, one of the hosts will reveal 2 cards that you will be able to check off your checklist, also found in the Google Doc or also found in a separate Google Doc possibly, all down in the description. But you'll be able to check those cards that have been revealed off of that score sheet. And this is how you're going to figure out who committed the murder at the end of the game. Throughout the month, there will also be a Google form where you can submit your books and prompts completed as you go. And then ultimately, you'll be able to say, I've completed the challenge wheel prompt, which we will cover more of that later, and also submit your guess. At the beginning of February, there will be a video and or live show in which we are going to reveal the final suspect, room, and weapon, so you guys can know if you were able to connect all the dots and solve the mystery. Before you get started, you are going to want to pick your player. So we've taken some inspiration from my TBR game, in particular for this one, and the different characters, suspects, have got special abilities that coordinate with them. So I'm just going to run through those real quick. If you choose to be Dr. Orchid and or Mrs. White, those are kind of interchangeable in this game. You get to reveal 1 weapon card. If you've seen it in my game, Dr. Orchid's alternate name is Arsenal, and so she's kind of like our weapons expert, and so that's why you get to reveal a weapons card. For Miss Scarlet, she seduces her way out of doing the challenge wheel at the end. So at the end of the game, before you submit your final guess, you need to complete a challenge wheel prompt. And you can make this as simple or as difficult as you want. One set of challenge wheel prompts contains self-care challenges. And then the other prompt has more like book-related prompt. So this would be more like adding a prompt or adding a book. However, if you're Miss Scarlet, you get to skip the challenge wheel. Mr. Green, aka Ace, he's our resident card shark. Think gambling. So with this guy, it's going to be a high risk, high reward kind of thing. You're going to take a coin if you choose to be Mr. Green, flip it. If you get heads, it's a big reward. You get to reveal 1 suspect, 1 weapon, and 1 room card without ever having to read a book to complete the prompts. However, if you flip tails, You have to complete a minimum of 6 books to complete this readathon. Otherwise, your minimum is 3 because you could potentially triple up on prompts, only read 3 books and be done. But with Mr. Green, if you roll tails or if you flip tails, then you have to complete a minimum of 6 books. Colonel Mustard, he's our resident hitman, and so for him, you get to reveal 1 suspect card without having to complete that prompt. Miss Peacock, aka TikTok, you get to roll a 6-sided dice, and whatever number you roll, that is how many days you get to start in advance. So with Miss Peacock, you get a little bit of extra time to complete this readathon. Professor Plum, aka Sherlock, he's always kind of nosing around, and so with him, if you choose to be Professor Plum for this readathon, you get to reveal a room prompt without having completed that prompt. So yeah, when you guys create your TBR for this readathon, say you make a video or say you make a post or something like that, especially if you choose to be Mr. Green or Miss Peacock, you're going to want to declare in that video that this is who I'm playing as, and then kind of show us what you wound up with, whether it was a reward or a penalty. I don't want to use penalty. No, it kind of is. Okay, so one thing I don't think I mentioned so far, there will be a sign-up form, again, in like a Google form format. If you're planning to participate in this readathon, if you could please fill that out. And then other than, I kind of wanted to give you some examples before I wrap this up. Okay, so I was going to hold up a book, but I think I'm just going to do this off the top of my head. So I'm playing this readathon, I'm participating in this readathon, and I decide that I want to complete the Mrs. White prompt. Okay, so just really feel free to get creative. It can be a book with a white cover. It can be a book with the word white in the title. It could be a book about a wealthy family who has a maid. Along that same vein, Dr. Orchid. It could be like a nonfiction medical book. It could be a book featuring a psychologist. It could be a book with a flower on the cover. It could be a pink book. So you guys just really, really feel free to interpret these however you want. So again, I just want to remind you to please also check out Paige's announcement video and Naomi's announcement video, because I know everybody delivers this information differently. So maybe one of us, if this seems complicated, which it's not supposed to be, but if it does, maybe one of us can help explain it better. Also, please feel free to ask any questions down in the description, or you can reach us on like Instagram or Twitter. I know I'm on Instagram and Twitter, whatever you need to do. Just don't be afraid to ask questions. We're happy to answer any questions, as this is our first time doing this readathon, so we're potentially still working out some kinks. Also, you are going to want to be sure to tag us in your content. You can tag us, or you can also, you can also use the hashtag WhoDunnit Readathon. So yeah, I think that was everything. Hopefully, if I missed anything, editing Danielle will catch it. And oh my gosh, you guys, I am just so very excited to be doing this, that I can finally tell you about it. I'm so very excited to be working with Naomi and Paige on this, and I just really hope this is accessible to everybody. I just really hope this is a great way to kick off 2023. And yeah, I'm so excited to see your stacks and to solve this mystery with you. In the comments, please be sure to let me know if you plan to participate, and again, ask any questions, and I will see you guys very soon in another video. Bye.